All right, so the title is "Don't Become a YouTuber," and what does that mean? So I've been doing YouTube for like 5 years now, a little over, I think, and it's been great. The success I've been getting now, and making content, I love it, but it's been hard. It's been hard. Not even just YouTube. This is just about like following your dreams in general. And like I wanted to make a fun video this week, but this is just like something I feel like I need to talk about just to like maybe warn people who want to become YouTubers or just take the unconventional path. Um it's not easy at all. Um so let me tell you about like how I got to where I am today. What my journey was. So like growing up, I never really had big aspirations. As a kid, I always wanted to be a YouTuber, but like it wasn't even. This was like before people even made money from YouTube. But like I never really thought I could accomplish anything in life. Like I would see like on Disney Channel, bro. Like they had um commercials that were like, "Oh, you can be whatever you want to be in life," and I was like, "Nah, you can't. You can't." I was like, bro, I was like 9 years old, and I was like, "You can't do whatever you want in life." It's like, what if I want to be a basketball player, but I'm short because I am? I can't do that. You got to be like 7 feet to be a basketball player. You can't do whatever you want. Some people are just born to be a certain way. You're either born poor or you're born rich, and it stays that way for generations. I don't know why the fuck my mindset was like that. It's so young, but I just never thought I could accomplish anything. I remember so junior year of high school is when like my life started, my mindset started changing. So like there was this kid in my high school, in my class, my science class, who was an aspiring DJ. Um, that's what he wanted to do. I guess become like a big DJ. And I just thought to myself like, yo, that's not possible. You can't just do that. And he had like a manager and whatever, and he was making music. I guess he had a couple of shows. Now I'm not sure what he's doing with his life. I think he's just like a business student or something. But he was telling me, he's like, oh yeah, I want to become like a EDM DJ. And I was just thinking to myself, like, yo, how do you even do that? Like, that's not possible. And then only like a couple months later is when I had my mindset shift. I got a link sent to me by a friend. There's this EDM DJ named Hardwell. And at the time, like I was big into EDM because that was like popping, I guess, in the United States. I was trying to learn about like dubstep and house and all that. So my friend sent me this video of Hardwell at Tomorrowland, which is a festival, and he was doing his set performing, and I just saw that. I just saw him performing. It was like the 2012 Tomorrowland set of Hardwell, and I was like, yo, this guy looks so happy. It's like, why can't I be that happy? Like, what's stopping me from doing what he's doing right now? And literally in that moment when I thought that, I had like a whole mindset shift, like a light bulb went on in my head. Like I'm seeing life and I've never seen it before, like in a different perspective. I don't know how to explain it. And after that moment, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do whatever I can to have a better life, to I don't know, I guess be greater than what people think I can be. Because at the time, I didn't even know what I wanted to do with my life. I was in a junior in high school. I wasn't even thinking about college. I didn't even think about college until like senior year was almost over, and people are like, "Bro, you're supposed to like choose your college in junior year." I was like, "Bro, I don't even know. I don't even know what colleges are. Like, I don't even know the names of colleges around me, bro." I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So yeah, so starting from that point forward, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna be a DJ, an EDM DJ also, because Hardwell looks happy doing it. It seems to be the thing that's going on right now. It looks a lot of fun. Anyway, there's people that were my age, because I was like, what, 16 at the time? 15, 16, I guess. That were making it big, like Martin Garrix. He got big extremely young, and he was a big inspiration for me. And yeah, so that's what I was doing. I got free FL Studio every day. I would just try to make some shit. Bro, the music I made was so bad. I don't even listen to EDM now. But back then, the music I was making was so bad, and I was telling my friends, "Oh, I'm quitting video games. I'm never playing video games again. I'm just gonna focus on music. I'm gonna be the biggest DJ in the world. I'm gonna hang out with Tiesto." And they're like, "All right, whatever." And it wasn't until maybe a little while after that, I think the summer was no, all right. So this is actually what happened. I remember March, either between May and March, in the springtime of my junior year, is when I got a smartphone. And so I got an iPhone that year, and I got Instagram for the first time. And on Instagram, I was following like car pages because I loved cars, like all these supercar pages. And there was like one ad they would pump out where it would be to like promote this business course, but there was one where it said, "Do you want to know how people are able to afford these cars? Like, follow this page." And at that moment, like, I never realized, like, how do people afford these cars? Like, how do you have the money? Like, how do you make money to be able to buy these? Like, you see sometimes, like, once in a blue moon, you see a Lamborghini on the highway, right? But you never think, like, at least I didn't. I was like, how do these people actually make it? Like, it exists. I see it. That's dope. Like, they exist, but like, how? How could I get one too? And so I started getting like into entrepreneurship, like learning about how to make money doing what you love, I guess. I got some books, a lot of books eventually. And my whole mindset was just on becoming a successful DJ. And that's what I was doing. So fast forward a bit. Eventually, I gave up on becoming a DJ because I found out about this one book called Life Hacked, which was about a guy who he grew up extremely poor, and he became an app developer and became a millionaire. And so I read that book and was like extremely motivated by it. So at the end of the book, what I decided was I have two options right now. I either go up to my room and I become a DJ. I keep trying to push that. Or what this guy did was he made apps, and that's what I could try out instead. So that's what I did. I said, I'm going to become an app developer. I didn't know anything about coding, like literally nothing. Like I thought Java and JavaScript were the same thing. That's how dumb I was. I thought Java was short for JavaScript. I was so dumb. But I decided, you know what? This guy was a app developer. I'm going to make mobile games because I liked mobile games at the time. And that's what I did. I just started learning whatever I could. I didn't know like how to learn code. I just looked up how to learn code. It like started teaching me web development. I didn't even want to learn web development, but I was like, I guess that's what you got to do first. You learn HTML, right? Then my first like main language I delved into deep was Objective-C, which is like a terrible first language because it's so complex and it doesn't even exist now. But that was like the iPhone language. Eventually, after learning like random fucking code that I don't even fucking do now. I mean, I don't code at all right now, but I got into game dev, Unity, and that's what I was going all in on. I told everybody, I'm going to become a millionaire by 19. I was 16 at the time, 21 the latest. Right now, as I'm recording this, I'm 23. Definitely not a millionaire. I'm not even a fucking thousandaire, barely. And yeah, that was my whole thing, game dev, becoming a mobile game developer. My goal was to make $50,000 every single day from my games because that's how much Flappy Bird was making at the time, which was like the big game, if you guys remember that. So I went all in, and at the time I was 16, right? I was in senior year of high school. And also at the time I was working 60 hours a week at my dad's restaurant, and I hated my life. I hated my life so much. I was doing that. I was going to school also, but like school was like from 7 to 11 because I had like a good senior schedule because I did everything the year before. So once school ended, my dad would pick me up. We would go straight to work. I was working like almost every day, Not every. Well, there were some days I worked 7 days a week, but it was mainly 6 days a week I was working. Um, and once I got home from work, it would just be me going straight to the computer and coding and learning code until like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. It was only a couple hours, but then, like, on weekends, I'd have more time because every morning, every single morning, senior year of high school, I would wake up 6:30 in the morning and not go to sleep until like midnight or usually like 1 o'clock. And like I would wake up, I would like slap myself on the face because I was so tired. I was like, "Wake up, you're fucking pussy, fucking just wake up, like you gotta change your life." I was drinking 2 Monster Energy cans a day, and I was just trying to do my best to fucking change my life, to have a better life, to not work in a restaurant for the rest of my life. And yeah, that went on for a while. Then eventually I got to college. And I was a pretty good college, but I did not want to go to college at all, and my parents weren't having it. They wouldn't let me not go to college. So I decided I'll try to stick it through. I don't know. I was a computer science major, and I think the first 3 weeks of college are what I did. After 3 weeks, I didn't even drop out. My friends were like, "Yo, you gotta like drop the classes." Like, nah, you don't gotta do that. You just don't go, right? There's no like drop out button. They're like, it kind of is. It's kind of like you drop your classes. I was like, nah. So like, I had classes still, but I just didn't go to any of them. I would go to the library every day, and go from my house to the college, and at the college for like whatever time I was there for my classes, I would be in the library, and I had a notebook, and I would sketch up app ideas. And that's what I would do. And sometimes, I would do other stuff. I was trying to write like a screenplay at the time. Sometimes I would go to Barnes and Nobles, buy some self-help books, read those. Just a bunch of different stuff. Sometimes I would just draw, pass the time. There's only so many app ideas you can come up with in a day that are garbage. So that's what I was doing. So I thought that would only go on for one semester. Because I remember the reason I even stopped going to my classes, because what I was doing was I would go to class but just not do anything, and then like that's okay for like a lecture, like a big lecture hall, but like I had a couple classes that were like small, like only like 30 kids. That was my English class. It was like extremely small. I wouldn't do any work. I wouldn't participate in class, and like obviously you notice that because there's only 30 kids in the class. So my teacher was like, "Yo, like what's going on? Like why aren't you doing shit?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm actually not planning on returning next semester." I was like, after this semester, I'm gonna be fucking rich, basically. I was like, yeah, I have other plans, so like, I don't really want to come back next semester. She's like, all right, well, like, you can either come to my class or you don't. That's like, but if you come to my class, like, you better learn. So after that, I just stopped going to class, and I thought it would last that one semester. So I tried my hardest to pump out games, make good ideas. And eventually that semester was over, and I was like, nothing's happened yet. Nothing. I haven't made any money, and nobody's fucking downloading my games. They're garbage. So I decided. Oh, also at the time, it's not like I told my parents like I stopped going to class. Like they thought I was still going to class. I was pretending to go to class that entire semester, and then the next semester I did the same exact thing. So for a year, the first year of college, aside from the first 3 weeks, I just pretended to go. And like my friends knew about it, and they're like, "Yo, you're insane." But that's I was like, you know what? I gotta follow my gut. I gotta follow my fucking stupid gut and do what I need to do to become rich and become a mobile game developer. So I worked my ass off. I was trying to do whatever I could to fucking make these games go off, pop off. There's so many other games I was watching pop off, and mine weren't. And eventually, that oh my god, I have a voice crack. Eventually, that led to the end of the second semester, right? And the end of the second semester was approaching. It was only like a couple of weeks before it, and I was freaking out because like, bro, like nothing's happened yet. Like I was making at that point $100 a month, but I had to pay $100 a month for this app, for like the software I was using to make the apps, right? And so I was basically making nothing. And yeah, I was like, bro, it's been a year. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? How am I gonna explain this to my parents? So at the time, I was at work that day, and I was like, bro, like today, even though school's not over yet, like I got a couple of weeks, like I feel like I gotta tell my parents today that I haven't been going to college really. I haven't lied to them. So usually, like sometimes at work, between like towards like the last hour, my dad would let me go to his office, and like I would learn how to code on there also, like aside from at home. So I was down there, and I saw, before like I went on like Udemy or whatever I was fucking learning on, I saw that FaZe Rain had uploaded a video talking about him dropping out of high school. And in the video, he was like, oh yeah, you know, I was afraid how my parents would react to it, but I told my mom I want to drop out of high school, and she was like, oh, what are you waiting for? You should just do it already. And I was like, bro, what? I was like, damn, I guess my parents will have the same reaction, right? Because FaZe Rain's mom believed in him. And I was like, yeah, you know, you're a smart kid or whatever. You know, you should drop out of high school. You don't need high school. You're gonna become a esports player, right? YouTuber. So like, all right, you know, maybe it'll work on my parents too. So that night at work, after a long day of work, I get in the car with my dad so we can go back home. And I'm like, Dad, like before we leave, I gotta tell you something. He's like, what? Like, what the fuck you want to tell me right now? And I was like, so I've been going to college this past year. Like, I haven't been actually going. And yeah, he fucking went off. He's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Are you fucking kidding me? It's like, I knew something was up. You're so fucking, what the fuck? Like, you fucking lied to me. You lied to your family. Like, he's just fucking screaming the whole way home. Well, I probably shouldn't have told him, like, while he was driving. We could have fucking died. He was fucking pissed. Nothing, like, would happen to FaZe Rain at all. What the fuck, FaZe Rain? You led me on. Oh, my God. So, yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. And I got home, and then he told we both, I guess, I told my mom. And she went fucking off on me. She's like, what the fuck to your life? You know, fucking, you're not gonna have a job. You know, be a loser. Oh, my God. I was like, oh, I'm trying to make apps. Fuck. So, eventually, like, during the fight, my dad was like, because I was like, oh, like, this is going to be, I was like, it's going to be a millionaire, right? He's like, I don't care if you're a millionaire. I still want you to go to college. And after that, after I heard that from him, I decided, you know what? I don't even like making apps. Like, I'm doing it to make money, but, like, I don't even like this shit. Game dev is not what I want to be doing. So I tried to figure something else out. I was writing like screenplays at the time that were like really bad, and I was like, I want to do something in entertainment. That's like what my heart lies in. And also, like, so that semester I went back to college because my dad was like, you better go to every fucking class. So that semester after, so like after the year of me lying, the next semester, the third semester, I guess, I went to every class, every single class, but I didn't do anything. I didn't participate. Whenever I took a test, I just like bullshitted all the answers. I had like fucking 15s out of 100 on my test. So that way, if my dad asked me, he's like, you didn't go to any class? I was like, no, I went to every single class, but I just didn't do anything. This is the fucking dumbest thing ever, right? I'm so fucking stupid. I can't believe I did that. But so that semester, is when I started thinking about doing YouTube. Like, I think I had already made like a couple videos on channels, but like it was just like I was doing a variety of things at the time. I was trying to make like an Instagram like comics page. I was just trying to do a bunch of stuff, see what stuck. And YouTube was one of those things. And so what happened was I was going to class, and at the time, I don't know why, I was telling people I wanted to be a film major. I don't think my college even offered film, but I was telling people, I was like, yeah, I'm a computer science, but I want to be a film major. And during that time, I had 3 people tell me, oh, if you want to do film, you should get into YouTube. You should make YouTube videos. And like obviously I always wanted to become a YouTuber, but I just never thought it was possible. But like as more people told me, like it's not like I was even funny. Like I was so boring. But like they were just like, yeah, you could just make like an unboxing channel, just something on YouTube. I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should make YouTube videos. Maybe that should be my career. Like I watch YouTubers all day. Like I love YouTube, but I never had like any ideas. So I joined this course called Jump Cut Academy. I don't know if this is before or after I made my first like official video for like actual video, like when I was trying to go really into YouTube. But I joined this course called Jump Cut Academy, and it was just telling me like all the right things, like, oh, you can make a living off YouTube. You can make more than a living. You can make a fortune off YouTube. You can live your best life. You can take fucking private jets, all that bullshit. So around that time is when I first started my YouTube journey, and Jump Cut Academy is like really fucking bad. Like if you guys are trying to become YouTubers, don't use Jump Cut Academy, especially like when it first came out, because I was using like from the day one that it came out for like the first maybe like 4 months. It was $17 a month, which isn't bad, but now it's $1,000 one-time fee, bro. This thing is not even worth the $17 I paid. Who the fuck is paying $1,000 to join this course? You're out of your fucking mind. Don't join any YouTube course, bro. Any information you gotta find on YouTube, just find it on YouTube. Like dead ass. So at the time I was making videos, I was part of that course, trying to learn whatever I could. They just taught you bullshit. It was all like motivational porn that they taught you. It was like the main thing they actually preached was like making an infotainment channel. So like take a topic like science or math or something and make it fun. That's basically what they wanted you to do. So that way you could also make courses because you're teaching something. Like they weren't really preaching like the whole, I don't know, just like more creative approach. Like obviously that's creative, but they were like, oh, you should make a comedy or animation channel. Like, no, you should make like, if you like sneakers, teach people about sneakers but make it fun. Or like if you like animals, make a channel about animals but make it like entertaining. So yeah, that's what they were preaching. But I was making like shitty animations, not even animations, fucking PowerPoint presentations basically. And that's what happened that semester. So that semester, then what happened after that? Oh, after that semester. So like basically because I lied about going to college, like I didn't go to college for fucking a year, but like I had classes registered. I was on academic probation, and then like after that third semester, my GPA was a .015 or like 0.15. Still, it was under. It was fucking 0.1 at the best. That's not good. If you're not familiar with GPAs, a 0.15 is not a good GPA to have. So I was like, yeah, let me get the fuck out of here. And I think I was like getting kicked out of the school anyway. And I was like, all right, let's go to community college. That's, I guess, the next step I got to do. And also the community college was closer to me by commute. So I went to community college, and every semester was the same thing. I would be like, oh, I'm not going to be here. Like, I'm not going to fucking go to college. And I would just like do nothing for like the first half of the semester, and then like the second half of the semester I would be like, yo, nothing's happening with YouTube, I gotta fucking do something. And then I would like barely fucking pass. I did that for like 2.5 years, I think. Just that same rhythm of not doing anything and then barely passing. And over those 2.5 years I went through about 8 channels, all about animation, or like they're all either like animation or comedy. Some of them were like with my face, like a commentary type channel. And I was doing whatever I could to make YouTube work. And it was just like, no one wanted to watch my shit. And like it was really bad. Obviously, like the videos were bad. Like no one should have been watching them anyway. But I was just like, like what do I have to do? And the only reason I even stuck to even doing YouTube is because I loved it so much. Like, I haven't made any money off of YouTube for the first like 4.5 years or like 4 years, whatever. Still, my journey on YouTube, like right now, right? I didn't make any money at all until like my 4th year, because that's when I got monetized, I think. Yeah. So, YouTube's hard. YouTube's hard. I've been doing it for 5 years and a couple months now, if you include all my channels, since I started back then. And so in community college, I was trying to do that. Eventually, I graduated. So now it's been, 4 years? It's been 4 years. So I graduated with a associate's degree in computer information systems. And then, where do we go after? All right, so I'm just trying to recollect my thoughts. So that's been 4 years of college leading up to the associate's degree, right? That's 4 years. After that, I went back to the original college I went to that I lied about going to, right? I transferred from community college to that first college, first semester, and I hated it. And I was like, bro, I don't want to do anything. And in that semester, I took an acting class, and I took a bunch of other classes like for my major, but the acting class is the only one I went to. It was like an improv class at the college, and it was a lot of fun. But I never really talked to anybody because I was just like, throughout my entire college career, like even when I had classes like in community college, like I never talked to anybody. Like somehow I still made friends. Like, cause I guess people want to make friends. If people are next to me, I'm gonna talk to them. Obviously, if they're talking to me next to me, but like, I never went out of my way to like make friendships. All I was focused on was trying to become a YouTuber. And as soon as class was over, I dipped, and then went home so I could work on videos. And I had no social life at all. Like, I try to limit myself from my friends. So that way, I could spend any free time I had that wasn't at school or work or fake school. I'm making videos that nobody liked. So at the time, like my mom would constantly yell at me. She's like, "Yo, you don't do shit. Like, I know you're going to college and you're going to work, but like this YouTube shit is bullshit." Because I remember at one point I showed her like on one of my older channels. In my video, she's like, "This is bullshit." I was like, "No, this is gonna be my job." She's like, "No, like this isn't something people make their fucking job. Like, what are you talking about?" And I had so many talks with people because I was telling people, not even that I want to be a YouTuber. Like even when I was making apps, like people were telling, like my family members were like, "Yo, you can't just make apps. Like that's not like you can make apps for a fucking company, but not for yourself. Like that's stupid, right?" And I had so many talks, like people having talks with me, like cousins and aunts and uncles and fucking my parents, obviously. Like, yo, like what do you like? Your mom is losing her mind because of you. You're like ruining your family's life because you want to fucking be a YouTuber. You don't want to go to college, or you want to make apps. Or I had so many talks like that. Like, yo, all right, you can follow your dreams, but you could follow them like 1% of your time. And I was trying to like follow them 90% of my time. So yeah, I had a lot of people tell me, you're fucking stupid, don't do this shit. But I'm so dumb and delusional and persistent that I kept going. I kept making YouTube videos. And so yeah, that after graduating community college, I went to the first college again, first semester. And then I just told my parents, like, yo, I don't want to go back to, like, bro, you can't do this shit again. You can't just not go back to college. So this would be my third time dropping out, because like the first time dropping out would be that first year, I guess. Then I kind of dropped out like that third semester because I didn't really go to classes. And then this would be my third time dropping out. So my parents are like, yo, you can't fucking do this shit again. Like you're going to college, like you're gonna fucking get that computer science degree and you're gonna fucking get a job. right? Like, you don't know how life works. You can't just become a fucking YouTuber. Like, nothing's happened these past 4 years. Like, you think something's gonna happen. So yeah, I think at that time, towards the end, so like right at the end of the semester, basically, when I was like applying for the next semester, I think there was a problem with my financial aid. So like my parents had to go to the school. And just while we were there, I was like, bro, I don't even want to, like, I don't even want to solve this financial aid problem. Like, I don't want to do this shit at all. I just tell my parents, like, yo, I don't want to fucking do this. Like, I don't want to go to college. And like, what do you mean you want to go to college? Like, you gotta go fucking college, right? Because my parents didn't go to college. They both work in restaurants. My mom's a waitress. My dad owns a restaurant, but it's not even like, bro, we don't even make money. We're like, he's there 7 days a week, and like, we ain't living lavish, bro. I'll tell you that. I know people who own restaurants, they're fucking going on vacations to Puerto Rico like every fucking month. Bro, we ain't living like that. Not every restaurant's like that. It's a small place. It's not like a fucking big restaurant. It's just like a small takeout place mainly with a couple chairs. But, so yeah. So during that time, and I was telling my parents, like, bro, I want to see if this will work out. So basically, the agreement we came up to was, since the closest thing to what I was doing was animation, right? They're like, okay, you can go to an animation school, and that's what would happen. But at the time, only a month later after that, like, fucking talk with my parents about how, like, just towards the end of that semester is when my channel started to blow up, and I went from like 6K subs to 100K within a month, basically. I think, like, the way it worked was when I uploaded that Bruce Do collab on my channel, I went from 6K to 8K originally, and then like a week later I went from like 8K to 25K, and then like 2 weeks later I went from like 25K to 100K in a week. So I was like, yo, shit's starting to work out. And at the time, my mom made me go to a psychiatrist because she was like, yo, you can't be like, normal kids don't want to be YouTubers, all right? They go to college and they fucking get a job and they get a house and a family and shit, right? Like, what I wanted was not what a normal person was. For me to go to a psychiatrist, I was talking to him. I was like, yeah, my parents want me to go to college, but like now shit's like kind of working out on YouTube. Like, I'm not making a full-time living yet, but like shit's starting to pop off. This was like November of 2019. That's when I hit 100K. And he was like, yeah, you should, I understand where you're coming from, but I think you should still go to college. I was like, yo, fuck this psychiatrist. Yo, the psychiatrist sucked. First off, I don't know. I don't know what he was doing. Like, he wasn't even like doing his job. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. Like, so he would have me like talk, right? I would talk, and then he would tell me the same thing I just told him back to him. I was like, bro, I know, I just fucking told you that. Like, you think I'm that dumb? Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying to you. Like, and he was sitting on his hands too. Like, what a fucking pussy. Like, you're a professional psychiatrist. You're a professional, right? And you have your hands under your ass cheeks, right? He has his hands on his side, and they're under his ass cheeks, sitting like he's like a little fucking, like a 4-year-old waiting for his ice cream cone. Like, yo, you're a fucking loser. Like, I'm not going back here again. I did nothing. Because then at the end, I was like, he was like, oh, do you want to schedule another appointment? And I was like, no, not really. I was like, all right, what would we do if I came back for another appointment? And he was like, oh, yeah, I'll teach you some breathing exercises. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to fucking learn some breathing exercises. Suck my dick. I didn't say that to him. I was very respectful, obviously, but I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And I was like, I'm done. Whatever. So what ended up happening after, I took a semester off from school. And my mom's like, all right, take a semester off. Look for some fucking animation school. All right? And you become an animator or whatever. And I didn't want to do that. Like, bro, I don't even like it. Like, I like the hold on. I like the animation that I do. But I wouldn't, if I go to school for animation, I should really get some water. Let me just cough. If I go to school for animation, right? Then I would have to do like, I don't know, like Pixar animation. They would probably teach me like 3D animation. Even if I did 2D animation, it'd be like, like hard shit. And I didn't want to be an animator. I want to be like a comedian. Just like just fucking talk, basically what I'm doing right now. Just be like a personality, I guess. Like I do animation, that's like my medium, right? But it's not what I really want to do. The whole point is to be a writer. Hence the channel, The Talentless Writer. It's not The Talentless Animator, even though I am a talentless animator. The whole point was to become a writer. So I take a semester off, trying to do YouTube. I'm like, bro, I'm not even gonna go to school next semester because YouTube's been blowing up, right? You're gonna fucking get 1 mil in like 2 months, right? And that didn't happen. It ended up happening. My views just kept dropping. Eventually, Corona came around. Lots of fun. Because then once Corona came around, I was working way more hours at work because my dad had to cut some people off because, you know, I couldn't afford to keep some people. Like, they were still working there, but he had to cut their hours, and I'm free labor, so he had me there more. And I just couldn't, I think for like a month, I couldn't put out any videos because I just didn't have time. And, yeah, after that, like my channel, my views were already going downhill. Like everybody was like over my shit, even though like I blew up pretty fast. Eventually I did hit 200K, I think in like May of 2020, end of May. And then ever since then, it's just been like I've been stuck at 200K because as of the time I'm recording this, I have 237K. And it's been almost a year now. And I'm just trying to break past that plateau. But so I took that semester off, and then what we decided was I was going to go to school. I was going to go back to community college and get an associate's degree in music production. Because I took a music production class when I was in community college for fun. And I really liked it. And I already knew like how to work with DAWs and stuff from like doing EDM shit and you know, like making beats too. I made some beats on my own for fun. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to music production. But the way I explained it to my parents was like, oh, it's not like I'm not going to be working in music, because if I told them I would be working in music, they would fucking have a heart attack again. I was like, yeah, it's called music production because it's specialized in music, but it's like audio engineering. You know, you include anything in engineering, and they come their pants, right? They come their pants. So I was like, yeah, it's like audio engineering, because, you know, I was learning how to EQ and compress and shit. It's audio engineering, right? I was like, I could work for like a TV company or like anything, a radio company, right? Doing like behind the scenes shit. It's like, all right, you can do that. You know, they weren't like, oh, you can do that. Like, you know, it took a little fucking explaining and them freaking out. But eventually we came to the agreement. All right, you're going to get an associate's in audio engineering. You're going to get a job doing whatever the fuck that means. I was like, bet. So that's been this past year. So the last semester, right before school was about to start for community college, I dropped all my classes. Like, bro, I don't want to do this shit. Like, even though I like working with music and all that, like, I just don't want to do this, bro. I just want to fucking have more time for YouTube. With that semester off I took, I had so much time to make more shit, and I don't want to lose that time, no matter what I'm doing. Even if I was going to fucking community college to learn how to jerk off better, like, I don't want to. It's just time I'm taking away. So I've been pretending to go for like this past year. So like the semester ends in what, like a month? I'm basically at square one where I started originally. This past year, I've been lying about going to college again. And we got a month left. And I really don't want to pretend for the next month. I'm not going to tell them shit. They're not going to find out. Unless they listen to the podcast. They're not going to listen to the podcast, bro. Most people I know don't even know I have this channel. So I'm hoping we won't get to this third semester of me having to lie, because I told them I have a year left. I'm like, all right, one more year, fucking, we'll figure something out. And my views are starting to go up on my channel, and I'm hoping it continues to go that way. I was talking about it in my last video, Road to 1 Million, right? Where my views are going up, my subs are going up. But it'll be 6 years of in and out of college, right? So technically me lying about going to this past semester, or this past year, right? That's my 4th time dropping out. So I've dropped out of college 4 times now, because I'm a fucking idiot. And I'm just praying, man. I'm just praying this shit works out, bro. It's been like what fucking almost 8 years now. I've been trying to follow my dreams, whether it was apps or fucking being a DJ or YouTube. I'm just hoping this shit works out. And I don't know, the way things are going right now, anything could pop off right now. The way YouTube works is like, you never know when shit's gonna explode. But I don't know. Man. I hope this works out. Or else I gotta do another fake semester, but I don't think it'll get to that. Honestly, I don't think so. I think very soon something will pop off. But it's just weird. So I think it's funny, like how I'm back at square one, where it's like, bro, fucking 6 years ago, I told this teacher, I don't expect to be back here in next semester. I'm gonna be rich. 6 years later, from that point, I'm still nowhere close. I'm close. I've had a taste of success. I've seen my numbers go up, right? But this shit's not my job yet. And it feels like we're back at square one, but we're really not. We're getting closer. And I don't know if anybody's even listening up to this point. I don't know if anybody even listened to this at all after like the first 10 seconds, because this is like a more serious video. This isn't funny. I mean, I try to throw in some jokes, but last night I was just having like a really rough night and day, and I just felt like I need to put this out there, because I've wanted to put out like a draw my life for the longest time, but like I was waiting for like a happy ending, and I haven't gotten that happy ending yet. So like, you know what? This is like a draw my life, except I'm not gonna be drawing. I don't know what I'm gonna have behind this. This could be like a draw my life, but with a cliffhanger. So leading up, you guys know basically what led up to my current moment in time, and we'll see where it takes us. What happens next? I guess whether my channel fucking does well, or if it stays the same, or fucking YouTube decides, we don't want to make the shit anymore. YouTube just closes down, and I gotta go on TikTok now or some shit. I don't know. I guess we'll see. So yeah. So that's the video. I think that's all I have left to say. I just want to tell you guys about I guess my life leading up to this point. And let's hope some good things come out of this. Some good things come next. Thank you guys so much if you've been listening. Sorry for such a fucking shitty video. I'll try to have a better one next week. I'll have something fun next week on the podcast channel. And yeah, that's basically it. So thank you guys so much for watching, for listening, to my fucking dumb problems about me trying to fucking become a YouTuber. And yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully next week. And as always, have a great fucking day. Peace, guys. See ya.